This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Hey, I'm 1000. I'm an artist from Southwest Michigan. In this video series, I'm recreating The Last Supper in my style. But if you look beneath the surface, there's something a little more interesting going on. You see, in these videos and in the piece of art that I'm creating, I've hidden an elaborate treasure hunt. You have to put on your detective cap to solve my riddles, clues, and codes.
ARG, alternate reality game.
In the end, if you can solve my mystery, one lucky detective will get this massive 6-foot painting. Or at least it will be a painting, I still gotta paint it. Maybe that detective will keep it, maybe it'll end up on eBay. I don't really care, I'm just having fun playing mind games with you people. Now, in the last video in this series, the game began. And oh man, the 1000 subreddit is heating up with detectives cracking codes. It's getting hot. They're sizzling in the frying. I'm blown away by the progress you detectives have made over there. You guys have been solving my codes and cracking my riddles and listening to my This whole thing is in a thick layer of mystery, and I'm having way too much fun lurking on the subreddit. Anyone can jump on the subreddit and their own theories and clues, and boy howdy, there have been some awesome theories so far.
From 13 suspects on who betrayed the Heron, I have so far crossed off 3 of them.
So, I'm watching your video. I read Jesus in the middle, who's the big falcon, swan-loving, peacock-killing pichon. He has the Mat 77 on his arm. So, I'm knocking, I'm asking, and I shall receive. Talk to me.
So I'm here with my dad in Sweden, and I just knew that I had to try and solve the riddles. I came upon the Morse code, then I had to ask my dad.
I learned the Morse code during my military service 1966, and finally after 55 years it turned out to be very useful, so I could help my son to solve the riddle.
Some of the clues being anagrams. One of the suspects is not a suspect. EXIF metadata format. Hexadecimal string A equals H. The answers to the riddles is the password. Base 64 with Caesar cipher who betrayed the Heron. And that's currently what I found at the moment. I'm currently stuck.
Good work, and happy hunting.
Shout out to the Reddit detectives trying to figure this thing out, but at this point it's a game. I mean, the more big brains working on this thing, the better. Speaking of working, it's time for me to get working on this crazy art piece. Okay, so I've got this giant panel here and it's time for me to gesso this. But first, in my last video, I told you guys I'm gonna look through all the comments, I'm gonna choose my favorite comment, pin it to the last YouTube video, and sneak it in to this original painting of my recreation of The Last Supper. And I have chosen a comment. You guys know how sometimes they x-ray old Renaissance paintings and they find like secret sketches that are underneath the paint and like other artworks that got painted over? Well, in 600 years from now, when humanity has fled to Mars due to the amphibian uprising, the Martian human scientists will have rescued this painting and they'll use some super futuristic X-ray technology to look beneath the paint and see this comment. And the comment is, Nick, what's the comment?
Add a potato.
Add a potato. The future human Martian scientists will see add a potato. Shakespeare would be proud. Beautiful comment. Nick, who's that by?
Blood Genio.
Add a potato by Blood Genio. Here we go. Hey. I'm writing it upside down too, just to be like my boy Leonardo. Add P-O-T, just a O?
Yeah.
And no E or anything?
No E.
Add a potato. Oh man, making a G upside down is hard. G-I-O. Add a potato. Boom. Now that this super sneaky, secret, hidden message is implanted on this panel, it's time for me to get to gessoing. Here we go. Okay, so the preppage on the panel is moving along nicely, but what I really need to do is finish this sketch. Making this sketch is like one of the most complex things I've ever done in it is the most complex thing I've ever done in my art career. Trying to make a cool piece of art, trying to make something aesthetically pleasing, while simultaneously trying to hide all these codes and riddles and clues to guide you guys towards this final grand treasure. It's quite the difficult endeavor. Just like you need a roadmap, I need a roadmap so that I can make this freaking painting. So, let's jump into the sketch. I can already tell this painting is gonna be one of the most important pieces of my art career. Just the concept sketch for it is one of the most crazy, difficult processes I've ever been through as an artist. Every single line I place on this piece of art has intention, has thought behind it. It's a crazy process of trying to come up with an idea or a code or a riddle, researching it, finding out the best way to communicate it, and then finally drawing that element. This sketch took me about a week and a half. I've never approached a piece like this before. But after the amount of research that I put into Leonardo da Vinci and his original Last Supper and how thoughtful he was with his art, I knew I had to elevate my art game to even try and come within a mile of the genius of da Vinci. But since this piece is a major key for the detectives trying to figure out my game, I knew this sketch had to be something really epic. All right, well, this sketch was an absolute gauntlet, but I think I'm finally to a place where I can start moving forward with this painting. My sketch is looking a little something like this right now. Honestly, this took me days and days and days. Every 5 minutes of drawing was like 2 hours of research, and there is just a ton of stuff for you detectives to kind of feast your eyes on, figure out, decode, whatever. There's still a little stuff I need to get done. There's these 8 paintings that I want to fill in with something very specific, but I'm still kind of working out exactly how to do it in the best way. But I think I can move forward a little bit with my piece. But first, well, hello, my name is Tenny Hondo de Michigan, and I have come here to tell you that today's video is brought to you by Squarespace.
Tenny Hondo, what is a Squarespace?
Squarespace is a website where you can build a website. Now, I am a genius. I was born 600 years before the internet, but if I was born today, I would have like a 16 websites. I would have a website for astronomy, for my masterpiece of paintings, for my flying whirlybird machine I invented years before the helicopter. I am a genius. I think I mentioned that. It's worth mentioning again. But when it comes to code and HTML, I am not a genius. But that's why Squarespace's all-in-one dynamic platform is amazing. They have these templates. You just take your awesome content, drop it into their beautiful templates, and boom, you have a beautiful website.
But Tenny Hondo, what if I mess things up?
Well, my simple-minded friend, they have 24/7 customer support, and they can help you out of a few issues, or many issues, all the issues, I don't know. 24/7 customer support is amazing. Now, back in my day, I used to spend years carving stone just for a few coins from my patrons. That's why I like deals. And get this, Squarespace has deals for you.
Tell me, Tenny Hondo, what is the deal?
Go to squarespace.com to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch your site, go to squarespace.com/1000 for 10% off the first purchase of a website or domain. Listen to me, I am a genius, a man of many talents, and now a super awesome website. Thank you, Squarespace. I'm gonna sand this. I have my piece turned over on its backside here because I saw some random commenter say, hey, sometimes I flip my pieces over and gesso the back. And I thought that was a really good idea. From what I understand about gesso, it seals the wood, protects it from moisture, and just basically like treats the wood to get ready to be painted. And we all know how disastrous Leonardo's original version of The Last Supper went with moisture if you saw the first video in this series. So I figured I would gesso the back to seal the front and seal the back, protect it completely from moisture. I don't know who left me that comment. I have no idea what video it was even on. I don't know what your screen name is, but thank you for that morsel of wisdom. Let's give this thing a whirl. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, that was pretty easy. I'm not sure if I just wasted a whole bunch of gesso and a whole bunch of time, or if I pulled the ultimate big brain maneuver by gessoing the back of my piece. Maybe some of you super professional artists can let me know down in the comments, because you know I went to YouTube University, so I'm listening to the YouTube comments. But we're gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna continue getting my piece ready to be painted, baby. While I was working on gessoing the panel, the idea finally fully solidified in my head of what I was gonna do with these 8 paintings in the background. I grabbed my iPad and started getting my idea out of my head and into the concept art. And I think with this final edition, the concept art is in a place where I can move into the phase of painting. Oh, heck yeah. Got those panels sketched out in the background. It's looking a little something like this. And you know what this means? I think we've actually gotten to the point where we can finally start the painting. If you want to get a closer look of what those drawings are in those paintings in the background, I'll tell you this right now. The high resolution version of the artwork is out there somewhere, and it's up to you to find it. The clues are there. Thank you so much to my patrons. You guys make this video and many videos like this possible. You guys are the coolest. Check out the subreddit r/1000 if you guys want to share your theories or your answers to some of the hidden messages in this video, or if you're kind of lazy and you just kind of want the answers of what's going on, you can just go over there and the smart people are figuring it all out. Did you guys see any codes? Did you see any clues? I'm having fun lurking. I'm 1000. Painting starts on the next video. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Ooh, I'm not gonna walk on this side this time. I'm gonna walk on this side. Last supper, baby! Let's go! 1000art.com. What the frick are all these sounds? Literally, there's been like 30 sounds that I've had to pause for.